Hey Deku Fam!
Hey Deku Fam!
Welcome back to our channel!
Welcome!
We're back with another video and we're back with a new vibe, a new series, with new life. Yes!
We're doing a new series, and guys, in this series,
I'm so excited for this
we're actually looking to break up some relationships.
Yes! It's not every day. This is how you have a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
It's how, you go from here to here. Some people, it's just never going to happen because you're in an unhealthy relationship.
Yes, and we're titling this series Toxic Relationships.
Yes.
Okay? So guys, we're going to shed some light because sometimes people don't even know what toxic is because they're just so comfortable with dysfunction. But no, you're in a toxic relationship. We're going to shed some light, and then we want you to pick up the courage to leave. Yes,
come on, we can do this because we are all about healthy relationships. You can't be a Deku Fam member and be in an unhealthy relationship, can you? So
we're all going to level up in our relationships.
Yes, we are. Amen. We actually are. And I'm just thinking, I don't even like that word toxic because people just misuse it and they're just like, oh, she's a toxic friendship, toxic this, toxic that. But we're going to actually define what a toxic relationship looks like.
Give it to them.
Yes, we are. Where is it? I don't know by heart. We found it on Google and it says a toxic relationship is any relationship characterized by behaviors frequently demonstrated which are emotionally, mentally, spiritually and physically damaging to you or others. Yes.
Key thing, frequently. So over a period of time. Because at the end of the day, we're not perfect people. We all have some toxic tendencies.
Yes, we do.
But the thing is, if it's over a long period of time, you got to be like, okay, there's something going on that's not quite right.
When it's consistent, it's actually part of someone's character. So that is something that's very, very hard to change. And you maybe need to seek professional help or help outside of you two being an item. So
wait, and hold on, before we get into the video, it's either they are the toxic one or you are the toxic one. A toxic relationship just needs one person to be toxic for the relationship to be toxic. So the question that you need to be asking as we're going through this video, am I toxic? Because we have to take personal responsibility and not just assume that your partner is a toxic one.
Yes, because if you are the toxic one, that relationship still needs to end because someone is toxic and you need to work on yourself. It's not fair for you to drag someone into your mess as you're trying to deal with your toxic behavior. And this is only for people in relationships, not married people.
If you're married, guys, go and seek your pastor. Go to your counselor.
So, in this video, we're going to talk about the characteristics that make someone toxic. Let's get into it. So, one thing that toxic people tend to do is they make you feel worthless. Oh, you're a mess. Oh, you're so ugly. Oh, have you put on weight? Oh, look at you. You can't do anything right, can you? I've had enough of it because I see too many women. They go into relationships all confident, feeling themselves, knowing that they're, bringing value to the relationship. All of a sudden, they don't even want to leave the house anymore because, the guys been nitpicking at them and they just feel inadequate.
I'm very passionate about protecting women, but we're not talking about the very we're talking about more subtle, like the negative comment, the little criticism,
nothing positive comes
out of their mouth, and you just start feeling a bit insecure. You start feeling a bit worthless. You start, like Anna said, you don't feel like you can leave the house. Your self-worth has gone from here to here. They're just dragging you through the mud.
And sometimes it's not that obvious. It's not like you can say, this is the reason why.
But this is what you said.
This is particularly what you said. But you just notice yourself from where you were when you first got together to where you are now, something's gone wrong. And the thing that has changed is that you've got a partner and it's them. You can't always keep blaming yourself, sis. It's not always you.
No. There's some people out there, women. I don't like how you're just shooting for the fellas, okay? At the end of the day, I was in a very abusive relationship, where someone was talking down to me, my self-worth. So there's some crazy girls. I'm not gonna stand here and act like men are the problem in the relationship.
Okay, there are some women as well. But it's something that we have to address.
I just need you to be a bit more balanced.
Okay, right. There's some men and women in relationships that are toxic. And you just have to get out of that because that person is not good for you. They're not helping you become better. And sometimes it's so easy to say, oh, I can't be around a toxic friend, I can't be around a toxic, whatever, my family member.
But you will just sit in a toxic relationship.
Literally, let the person that you're dealing with day in, day out, that is worse than your family member who you see once a month. You're saying, I can't be around them, I can't be around this friend. What about the person that's in your household?
Yeah.
You know?
Babe,
like,
time is great. Let's just go to the next point.
Another thing that toxic people in a relationship tend to do is have a victim mentality.
Yeah, well, I'll go with this one. Wait, hold on. I'm going for this one. Because there's certain girls out there that your man is dealing with like some emotion, and he has things that he needs to get off his chest, and you're not the problem, but he has noticed a few tendencies in you that he wants to bring to light. Now when he brings those tendencies to light, you now can't take it. You're just there getting extra emotional. You're out here crying, you're out here saying, no, it's you, you're the fault, you're the problem, it's all you, when he's just trying to bring things to light so that he can move forward in the relationship.
Okay, so you're saying women tend to have a victim mentality more than men?
I'm not saying.
Men can also have victim mentality, but this is not healthy for a relationship. Like, I've got things that I want to bring to the table, but because you're every day making it about you, making yourself the victim, I can't bring it, and then I suppress it.
Yeah, then we start suppressing.
Yeah.
And when you start suppressing, you start getting a bit overwhelmed. Next thing you know, the bottle lid comes off, and then you just explode and have a random outburst. So it's good to be in an environment where you can both express how you're feeling. It's a safe environment, and then you can both work through it together. If the person is resistant and it's always about you, well, tell them, take the problem and just go.
Yeah, that's the thing. That person is going from relationship to relationship. Oh, my ex was a mess. Oh, yeah. It's always them. Oh, my job. Oh, my manager. You know, every manager and every job. Every time.
The universe is the problem.
Yeah. And you don't want to be with someone who doesn't want to ever take ownership.
Or take responsibility for their actions.
Yes. Oh, gosh. Literally. Guys, it's not every day stay in that situation. Sometimes get out.
Sometimes you're not actually the problem.
Yeah.
Sometimes you've been through the process long enough that you can actually say, you are the problem, and I'm trying to bring you this scenario so that we can move past, but no, they will never take it. So guys, if they're not willing to take responsibility.
Another thing that toxic people in a relationship tend to do is they tend to be very sensitive or have a very bad temper.
You're just out here.
Treading
on eggshells. You don't know when the emotion or the bad temper is going to come. You're just here. Where's it coming? Oh!
Sorry, it's not even funny, but it's just like, imagine not being able to be yourself ever. Because you don't know how this person's going to react. And it's actually very react. They're just so unpredictable. You don't know what you're going to get at a given point in time. Because at the end of the day, it might have been something else that triggered it. Something outside of the relationship. But you're getting the...
You're at home, watching TV. Next thing you know, door opens. And then you just get all this emotion and attitude. And it's like, you know what? The spirit gives you self-control. Where is the self-control in all this? You might have another scenario that is you're dealing with at work. And then next thing you know, boom, you come home, you just let your frustrations go. No.
It's not right.
It's not right.
It's not okay. These people need serious help, seriously, because like you don't want to be bringing something to the table and then they're gonna throw a plate. They're gonna attack you or they're gonna cry and never let you get over the fact that you brought something up. These are people who have emotional issues and they need to seek professional help because you cannot handle it. You cannot control that, and sometimes you feel like you're the problem because what did I say that brought this kind of reaction?
And you're just always sitting there quite timid. Even men will just be just there and just feel like they don't want to say anything because they don't want to trigger things. But like, you know, it's important to actually seek professional help if the person is quite emotive and is just quite unpredictable. I don't know, seek help.
Another thing that toxic people in a relationship tend to do is be a manipulator. Oh my gosh. This one pains me so much.
And the main objective of a manipulator is control. That's why it pains Anna so much. Anna finds it very upsetting when she sees a woman being controlled. She's like, what? What's she doing? What's he
doing to her? Like, it's so sad because these are the vulnerable women, the women who maybe are just nicer. You know, the nicer women. Let's be honest.
What, you're not nice?
I am nice, but I'm just like, I don't want to be taken for a mug. Do you understand? I've got problems that I'm working on myself, you know, I'm taking them to God. But there's other women who are actually just wanting to be submissive to their man, who really, you know,
and then he takes that to the next level.
Of that.
Or she. Okay? Let's get this balanced again, because there's some manipulators out there that will set you up and be a honey trap. There's honey traps out there. Okay. But like people who are manipulated, they're trying to control you. So like they might say things like, oh, you don't love me that much. And then they're trying to get you to show more love and prove your love.
If you love them, it's like, if you loved me, you wouldn't go out as much as you do with your friends. Oh, if you loved me, this, that. Oh, if you love me, you do this in the bedroom. If you love me, do that. Even if it's not comfortable for the person. Compromising your morals, you know, trying to have sex with you even though you believe that you're not having sex. Be like, oh, but if you really love me, you give your body to me. Blah, blah, blah. All this kind of, you know. And you know what that is? They're insecure. The person is insecure and they're using, you know, their power over you to manipulate you
and to control
you, and it's just not on.
Yeah, because this leads you to a place of isolation also. Because if you're constantly trying to prove your love to your partner, you actually don't have time for anyone else, because you actually feel guilty just by even going to the corner shop or going to spend time with your family or your friends. So it's important that if someone is trying to control you, you actually say, look, it's okay for me to have a balanced life, to be able to engage with other friends and families. I do love you, but maybe the way that you want me to love you, I can't love you to that point. Because at the end of the day, I am not going to be obsessed. Like in a relationship and in marriage, it's not healthy for you to be obsessive about your partner. I can't just be with Anna 24/7. I've got a job. I've got friends I need to meet. We need to make sure that we have a healthy relationship that involves other people too.
100%. And manipulators will always make you feel as though their way is right. You know, like when you're bringing up a different suggestion in an argument, it's like, no, they'll manipulate you to think that, you know, their way is the only way.
They'll even lie, make up stories.
Oh my gosh. And it's really scary to be in a relationship with these kind of people. So if you brought it up and you've said that, look, I feel like you are really trying some things here and they're not taking that into account, it's time for you to cut it.
And if you feel like you're just losing yourself,
cut it. And another thing, the last thing that toxic people tend to do in relationships is be passive. And this is something that we tend to overlook, isn't it? Passivity is not seen as something that's toxic, but we honestly believe that it is.
Because the thing is, neglect is a form of abuse. Like if a parent neglects their child,
please, look at that wisdom.
If a parent neglects a child, you know, the child will go into a very, you know, difficult state. It'll be a dangerous state for the child. And the same thing when you're married and then like your partner neglects you, it makes you feel like, you know, you're not worthy. It makes you feel like you're not that important and all that kind of stuff. So passivity is actually a problem.
Yes, and you do see it where people are, you know, all active outside of the house. With their job, they're very active. With their church life, they're very active. But when it comes to you and being at home and, you know, treating you the way that you deserve to be treated, they're just passive. They feel like there's no need for them to be active in the relationship. They don't invest within the relationship.
They're not there, but yet they're vocal externally.
Oh, and that's such a problem. Because at the end of the day, you build resentment in your heart because you see them being active everywhere else. Mr. Pastor, Mr. you know, CEO, Mr. whatever. But in the household and in your relationship, there is nothing going on. They're not proactive.
So this person needs to be able to distribute their energy
equally.
Not equally, but just at least be able to distribute the energy so that they leave some for their partner.
Some energy needs to be coming to you. Do you know what I mean? Like, it can't be that, oh, I'm too tired, babes. Oh, you know, no, that is a problem. If that's something that you see them doing through your relationship, then you need to cut it, because that's only going to overflow into everything else. When they have kids, they're not going to be active with the kids, because everything to do with the household is seen as something that is not seen. You know, they rather do the show externally. That is toxic behavior.
And then this passive person will also leave you to make all the decisions.
Oh gosh. Go on, babe. Say it.
They'll leave you to make all the decisions, and when something goes wrong, again, here comes Mrs. Passive Aggressive, and Mrs. Passive Aggressive will just let you know that you've done something wrong, and then again, you start feeling on eggshells when you're about to make decisions.
They didn't make the decision, and they'll blame you for making the wrong decision. Where were you? my G, where were you when the decision was being made? Yet you were busy doing dilly-dally and everywhere else, but not in the household.
Does anyone else love just hearing Anna talk? I love it. Like, it just...
Sorry, guys. I'm just
literally,
really frustrated.
guys, we're just really trying to shed some light on what toxic actually looks like.
Exactly.
Because we want you guys to have healthy relations, and sometimes people are just sitting in a relationship, just waiting until they get married before things change. No, if the person is not healthy in your dating phase, they're not going to be healthy in your marriage. So it's important to actually reevaluate your life and just be like, you know what? Have I had enough of this?
So yeah, guys, I hope that after seeing these tendencies, you realize that maybe your relationship needs to end. And maybe you're better off on your own. Or maybe you need to do some work on your own, on yourself, because it's not fair to drag someone else into your toxic behavior.
Because 1 + 1 is not always better, okay? Sometimes it's actually better for you to be by yourself.
Yes, 100%. And guys, if you have a scenario that, you know, you want to talk through your relationship, send it to us, because in the last part of this series, we want to talk through a scenario and advise on whether you should stay or you should cut it.
Or just to let you know whether it's toxic or it's not. Because if you want to stay in a toxic relationship, that is fine. But we're just going to make you aware. So guys, send through your scenarios. We're going to be going through quite a few of them in the last video. So guys,
thanks for watching. Bye.